The Welsheons were invited by Gravy to play in Season 4 of the Pokémon Premier League. Last time I played in the PPL, it was about 10 years ago as a substitute coach for Juancito Morvel, so I'm super hyped to be playing a full season of it as they're a fantastic bunch of people. PPL this season is running an open Tera tax format, meaning our Tera captains will cost more points than if we drafted them as a non-Tera captain, and our captains can terrestrialize into any type we choose as long as we tell our opponent the type before the battle starts. There is also a 0 point tier that we can draft no more than 2 Pokemon from to allow for maximum meme potential. So, a quick introduction to the team we drafted for this season: Ogerpon-Wellspring, Tera Tinglu, Glimmora, Tera Sylveon, Heatran, Dragonite, Jolteon, Deoxyspeed, Hitmontop, and finally the 0 point mascot pick, Eevee. For our week 1 battle, we're going against none other than CBAD. I'm excited to play him, but he has arguably drafted the best team in the league. He has very strong offensive mons in Dragapult and Enamorous, strong set of priority users in Scizor and Quavel, and one of the best Tera captains in the format being Hydrapple, which also forms a strong regenerator core with Alomomola, his other Tera captain. I'm predicting the Hydrapple to be Tera Poison as it matches really well against us, and I'd be really shocked if Alomomola was the one to terrestrialize instead. To give us the best chance of success against this team, we're bringing Ogerpon-Wellspring with enough speed to outspeed a non-choice Scarf Enamorous and enough defense to live any hit from Quavel. Brave Bird is its strongest move against Ogerpon. It would need quite a high roll and to be adamant to OHKO with it, otherwise Ogerpon walls Quack and Alomomola. The moves allow Ogerpon to put in work against CBAD's team with super effective or neutral damage against everything, and U-turn to gain momentum on its switch-ins. Specially defensive Tera Poison Tinglu with Citrus Berry is here to wall Enam, Dragapult, and Tera Poison Hydrapple. They can run Earth Power as coverage for it, but it'll be a 4-hit KO against it. With Adamant and our attack investment, Tera Blast will OHKO, Enam, and EQ will be a 2-hit KO on a Tera Poison Hydrapple. Rocks will be important to chip the Regenerator mons and will help secure KOs against the team. Ruination allows Tinglu to get big damage off against the Alomomola on the first turn. We're bringing a physically defensive Tera Fairy Sylveon. There is absolutely no way this will Tera this game because of our Tinglu, so we left it as Fairy. It's a pretty standard Wish Pass set to help keep Tinglu healthy, and Charm to reduce the attack of a Scizor switch in if it comes. Offensive Assault Vest Heatran with enough speed to outspeed a max invested Scizor can live in Earth Power from Enam or Hydrapple and can get off good damage with any of its moves. Lava Plume and Flame Body to get the burn are great for the physical threats on CBAD's team unless he's running Covert Cloak or Protective Pads. Especially offensive Assault Vest D-Knight with Multiscale is our surprise check the majority of mons. The moves we're packing allow it to hit pretty much everything for super effective damage. With the investment, D-Knight outspeeds Max Scizor, can 2-hit KO a physically defensive Aloe with T-Bolt, and ensures Moonblast from a Scarf Enam is a roll in our favour for a 2-hit KO. To round out the team this week, we have Life Orb Deoxyspeed with enough investment to outspeed Choice Scarf Krookodile. We have Psychic and Bolt Beam to hit pretty much everything for super effective or neutral damage. In the final slot, we have Taunt to prevent the Aloe from Wish Passing to the rest of the team. Let me know what you think of the team we're bringing this week. And we're trying to hit our goal of 300 subs by the end of the year, so if you enjoy the content, subscribe and leave a like. Thanks to Gunk, Mackie, and Dash and Sceptile for the help in the build this week, and without further ado, let's get into the battle. So, yeah, this team is easily regarded as the best in the league. I do not want to go against that regen core. They're Tera Electric on the Alomomola and Tera Poison on the Hydrapple, but this is pretty much the team I did think would come. Ogerpon here, every time. If they lead Krook, then I have the chance to KO with a crit from Ivy Cudgel, but they could go for the Gunk Shot. We will not die to a Gunk Shot, so good luck, have fun to CBAD. So let's see what he leads off with. Dune Reaper is the Krook. Okay. Yeah, so I just go for my Ivy Cudgel here. Obviously, they could just go into Alomomola, or like with the Intimidate, I've still got a chance to OHKO as long as I get a crit. So just going to go for the Cudgel. No reason not to. They could just be rocks. If they get rocks up here, then I can't get rid of them. So I'm kind of hoping they don't go for rocks and they just try and get the damage on this thing. So it's just going to the draw to just go into the Alomomola. That's probably Rock Core is this thing. Okay, so yeah, this is going to super eat this. And then I U-turn. If it goes for the Tera right now, Play Rough is not going to be good against it. And if it's got Tera Blast Poison, that probably OHKOs me, because I've got a bit of defense, not Spadef. So yeah, I'm just going to go for the U-turn. I can see what this thing... Okay, so it does go for its Tera Poison straight away. I really kind of just want to go into my Thingamajig, being my Heatran, my Sylveon, or my Tingleo. I'm basically playing for a predict here. So, yeah, that does nothing. So, I don't even know if this is like defense invested. It's probably just HP invested because this thing's so bulky. Okay, so let's think this through. They could go for the Earth Power, expecting the Heatran to come in, which will do an absolute butt ton to me. And then I could Earth Power it. They could Giga Drain, expecting the Tinglu to come in, or thinking they could have got good damage off on my Ogerpon. Or I could go into Sylveon and they could Tera Blast Poison. So, looking at all of those options, I think Heatran is the best one. If he's real and has just gone for the Earth Power, it's got to be packing the Earth Power. I've got a Heatran. It goes for the Tera Blast. Okay, so no damage. I could get some decent damage off with Earth Power and find out this thing's investment. I'm going to Lava Plume this. Okay, so this is definitely going for the Earth Power. And that does a lot of damage. That's just modest. I think from my damage, it's just HP invested. I'm just going to go for Earth Power and get my damage on this. I know Heatran's going down very early, but hey, we do get the damage on it. But now, see, this thing is going to want to switch out. It's definitely going to want to switch out. It's not going to want to stay in here. So now I need to get my Tera Poison off. Yeah, I'm going to get my rocks. I need the rocks up to be able to get Okos with Deoxys speed on like the Dragapult and Anamomola. Okay, so here's this thing. Now, obviously, this can do a lot of damage to me. We're going to get our rocks up. I think... Oh, I didn't get my poison off. I didn't get my Tera off. Okay, so that's actually worked out better for us there. Yeah, I EQ, because if this goes for damage, then it can take me to my Citrus. Okay, so it's just going to do that. That's fine. So, yeah, we're not going to have our Citrus. And this is still going to do some good damage, actually. Now, it could go for a knock again. It could go for Gunk Shot. I'm just going to go into my Ogerpon. It's not going to Gunk Shot this turn. I don't think so. I think that would be a hell of a read if it did. So... Okay, so the Break and Swipe. Okay. So that does nothing to us. Attack goes down. Now I U-turn. So he's going to withdraw, which is good for us. The Hydrapple's got to be coming in. Life Binder. Oh, it's not the Hydrapple. Who's... Okay, so it is going to be this thing. So rocks are good. We know it doesn't have boots. Is it like AV? No, it's Rocky Helmet. Okay. So I go into my Deoxys here. And I get off a Taunt. Yeah, I'm going to go Deoxys. I'm going to Taunt. I don't want this thing to Wish. Adding Taunt to this was quite late game, like last minute. It did have Fire Punch for the Sizzle, so I'm really glad to see the Sizzle didn't come. Yeah, I Taunt. And they can either predict that or they can't. So we're going to go for the Taunt. Please don't be mental. There's Rocky Helmet. There's me like, don't be mental herb. So this just... Okay, great. That's good to know. So now I'm going to go Ogerpon just in case this goes for a Flip or Scald. So we do switch out first, even if this is switching out. If it's Flip or Scald, then we're obviously immune to both of those. Flip turns. Brilliant. Okay. So that is good for us. Now, this can't do anything to us. So I think I'm in a place where I can Ivy Cudgel. He's got a Raw Switch. He has to. And what's he going into? Void Worm. The Dragapult. Okay. So this will take an Ivy Cudgel quite nicely. We could always get the crit. Because it is Ivy Cudgel, we've got quite a high crit chance. And yeah, so that doesn't do any damage. I'm going to go Sylveon. I've got to make my move. Yeah, so Sylveon is good for the Dragapult. Like for the Draco and the Shadow Ball, it's not good for the U-turn. Which he could predict this turn and go for the U-turn. And he does, damn. Okay. So the Hydrapple comes in. It's Life Orb. Okay. That's nice to know. Rock Core was... I can't remember if that's the Hydrapple or... Okay, Rock Core. I can try and remember Rotten Core. Okay, so this could do 64%. So what I'm going to do is go for the Baton Pass. And they're going to withdraw, okay? So they're going to get their regen. And Dune Reaper was this thing. Okay, great. So now I can just go into... I'm going to pass the drop actually, aren't I? Yeah, I think I passed the drop. But I'm pretty sure I still get the KO with my Ogerpon. Yeah, so this thing does not want to take the cudgel. Dragapult will take a cudgel. Actually, with the rocks and everything else, it might... I think I just cudgel again. Yeah, I do. I'm just going to cudgel. Even if the Dragapult comes in. Yeah. So this will KO. Brilliant. So that thing's gone, which is good for us. And we're finally getting the first KO for us. Really need to get my Tera off on my Tinglu. This could just Giga Drain. I think Tinglu still takes that though, right? Because it's Tinglu. Tinglu is scary. Because it's a Tinglu. Giga Drain is going to do about 40 to me. And then it could Earth Power afterwards. So look, I'm going to U-turn to take my chip on this. Yeah, I'm going to have to U-turn. And then... what do I go into? Do I go... actually, I can go into D-Knight. Yeah, I'm going to go D-Knight. And then I don't think an Earthquake KOs this. But D-Knight does not. There you go, okay. So, yeah. With Tera Poison on this, I think I get about 40%. I think I'm just going to go for the EQ. They're going to withdraw. Did they go into the Enam? Lifebinder was the Alomomola. Okay. So, now, I go into... That does absolutely nothing. Thunderbolt on this, I don't believe... It was a 2-hit KO, and that's still well within where it wants to be. Ogerpon. Yeah, I'm going to go Ogerpon just in case this scalds. It's probably just going to go for a Wish, and then the Hydrapple can come in. The Dragapult could come in. It does go for the Wish. Oh, I could actually KO the Dragapult potentially after rocks. I'm going to go for Ivy Cudgel. This could protect to see what I want to do. They're going to withdraw. Go Dragapult. I'll have to get rid of that thing. And Heartblight is the Enam. Okay, give me a crit. Give me a crit. Give me a crit. Crit, 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 crit. Crit. Because crit will probably KO this. We get the crit. Amazing. 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 I was like genuinely so convinced that thing was scarfed. So I am so happy it's gone. Because I don't have any scarfers myself. Voidworm. Okay. Oh, so I may not have got the... I may have still got it. Now, I could go into... I think I've got to go into Tinglu this time. Yeah, I've got to go Tinglu. Because they're going to go for the U-turn. And then even if they go into Quack and stay in, I think. If they go U-turn, it's going to do a little bit chip. Draco. Okay. So that does nothing to us. Now I get my Tera Poison off. 100%. And they don't have any immunities to EQ anymore, do they? They do not. So I'm just going to EQ. And they are staying in, which will let me have this thing. It could just go for another Draco. Does it have Surf? Probably had Surf because I'd like Heatran and Tinglu. So we're going to get our Tera Poison off, get that Pretty Hat on. It just goes for the U-turn. Okay. So, right. That was a massive crit. Massive crit. But he takes the Life Orb. So that thing is definitely not living any of our Ivy Cudgels anymore. And Azure Blade is going to be this thing. Yeah, I'm pretty sure I 2-hit KO with this thing. I do. So that was Boot, wasn't it? I'm pretty sure I live from here. Don't I? I've got to go Sylveon. Yeah, I've got to go Sylveon. That's unfortunate. Got to go Sylveon. This thing could obviously Rapid Spin here, get rid of the rocks. The Aqua Steps, it could have KO'd Tinglu. So I definitely had to go for the Rapid Spin. Okay. Now look, I'm just going to go for a Wish. Am I going to Wish? I think I'm going to Wish. So if this Rapid Spin, does it have Aqua Step as well? Yeah, I'm going to Wish. And it goes for the Aqua Step. Okay. Now, Jesus Christ, that does a lot of damage. A lot of damage. Now, another Aqua Step will not KO based on that damage. I'm going to go for the Hyper Voice. Or do I go for the Baton Pass? I need Tinglu healthy. I'm going to go for the Baton Pass. This could be a throw. Okay, great. Perfect. So, he may have been predicting the Protect there. So, now Tinglu is going to get back up to like full HP, almost. And then I just click Earthquake. Don't I? Yeah, that's my plan. I just click Earthquake. Yeah, just click Earthquake. Nothing wants to come in on the Earthquake. And I am faster than Hydrapple, I believe. Or maybe not, actually. Yeah, I should be faster. So, if I'm Tera Poison, Earth Power is going to do about 30%. Earthquake to this is going to do a lot of damage. Obviously, the Alomomola can come in. And, yeah, okay, great. I'll quite happily go for another one. We're going to take this. Great. I go for another Earthquake. And Alomomola can come in. It can take it, I believe. It's going to take this quite nicely. It was at full. Damn. So I'm going to Stealth Rock this turn. Yeah, I'm going to Stealth Rock this turn. That's going to Wish, and then I just EQ. It could Scald me, which won't be very nice of it. And it's faster. Okay. Oh, yeah, it's base 60 or something, isn't it? I forgot that. So now I go for my EQ. If it doesn't Scald, I get a KO. And a flip turn. Right, I get a KO. I get a KO. Oh, I get a KO. I believe. Because the Hydrapple does not want to take it. Does it? Rock Core. Rock Core. I'm pretty sure I get the KO on this. So I get the KO after rocks. I'm sure I get the KO. Please get rid of this thing. Please get rid of this thing somewhere. Oh, yes. Yes! Okay. Thank you, Tinglu. Thank you, Tinglu. Oh, brilliant. Now, the Drag could come in. The Quack could come in and get his KO. Voidworm is the Dragapult. It's going to take rocks. Wait, did that die to rocks? I think it did. Okay, Tinglu getting another one. So, now we're in a position where they've got to make a play by going for Rapid Spin, or they go for an Aqua Step. They have to, don't they? I'm just going to let Tinglu go here. Aqua Step. Yeah. I didn't want to risk like a Brave It. Oh, wow. Did he get a crit earlier or something, or did I just remember that wrong? Sweet. Okay. So, yeah, there goes that thing. Great. Tinglu putting in an absolute shift. I knew it was going to do well this game, but I'm quite surprised. Am I surprised at how well it's done? Tera Poison, just, yeah, Tinglu. Now, I'm really sorry to do this chase, but I'm just going to go into Ogerpon and just click Horn Leech, because it's going to get the KO. And it can't do anything to me. So I'm just going to keep clicking Horn Leech, so I don't have to let Tinglu go. Yeah. So Water Absorb is going to get us back to full HP, and then I'm just going to keep clicking Horn Leech. And it's going to be like a 3-hit KO based on that. He's, yeah, just going to keep clicking it, and then I just keep clicking. Great. I'm absolutely amazed at this score. I really thought I was going to get swept by this team. I remember, 2-hit KO. I remember saying in the draft that I did not want to play this team, and I got it week 1. So yeah, that is whoosh. That crit on an Amorous was huge. Like, yeah, definitely huge. Chase still played that as best he could with that team. Thankfully, I managed to get the wish off on Tinglu. So Chase's links are going to be in the description down below. Make sure you go check him out. Really happy to start this week with a win. So yeah, leave a like, comment, and subscribe, and I'll see you again for week 2.